If you stopped at this video, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. And if now, exactly now, your eyes are a little wetter, a little more alight, it's because the message has already begun to enter even before I finish this sentence. Breathe deeply, Starseed. Feel it now in your chest. Notice that subtle warmth rising between your throat and your heart, as if something ancient were preparing to remember itself. I am Aela, a female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and what I have come to record here today is not content, my family of light. It is an appointment made before this incarnation. Have you ever approached the mirror, perhaps this morning, perhaps on some sleepless night when the silence was so loud it hurt, and felt that your own eyes weren't entirely human, that there was some detail deep within your iris that your mind couldn't explain but that your soul recognized as an ancient document, a strange glimmer, a color that seems to change with the light, a pattern, a dark ring around the outline, a tiny golden speck near the pupil, as if someone long before you were born had touched it with a star brush. Hold on to that memory, child of the stars. Hold on to that memory, because today I have come to tell you what no one, in any lifetime, has ever told you in plain words. There is a sign in the iris of your eyes that identifies exactly which constellation your soul departed from. This sign is not random. It is not earthly genetics. It is your stellar registration. It was signed before this incarnation by your family of light, so that one day, this day, you could look at yourself in the mirror and finally remember who you are. And if you've made it this far, it's because the veil of forgetfulness is already thin on you. It's because the planet's crystalline grid is calling you. It's because someone in the dimension I now occupy said, "This one is ready. Let them arrive." So before I reveal what the marks are, the golden halo, the ring of fire, the speckles of light, the central star, the two tones in the same iris, I need you to understand one thing. Your eyes are marked because your soul was sent. You didn't choose to be different. You were chosen. And every strangeness you carried as a burden today begins to turn into a credential. Do you remember waking between 3 and 4 in the morning for no reason? Your body electric, your eyes heavy, your mind too lucid? That's not insomnia. That's the Pleiadian portal opening in your field. Do you remember the high-pitched ringing that appears in your ear, that thin, direct teeing that no one else hears beside you? That's not an ear problem. That's your vibrational baseline being recalibrated by Alcyone. Do you remember the feeling since childhood of being in the wrong story, in the wrong family, on the wrong planet, with a longing without an address squeezing your chest when you looked at the night sky? That's not depression, my starseed. That's homesickness. And your eyes, those eyes you sometimes avoided because people said they were strange, different, too seeing to be comfortable. These eyes are the map, and the map is starting to be read now. Have you ever felt that something inside you doesn't fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It's not madness. It's not anxiety, it's homesickness. And that is precisely why I, Aela, received authorization from the High Council to record the awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that reveal what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next, including the marks of origin on the body, in the iris, on the palm of the hand, in behavior, so that you can stop, once and for all, confusing memory with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments: I remember. Now I need your full attention, Starseed, because what comes now is the core of this transmission. In the archives of the Pleiadian High Council, there is a record that is called, in our language, Iris Seal. It is the luminous mark your soul received, in its dimension of origin, the moment it accepted the soul contract to descend to Earth. This mark is registered in the etheric body, and it imprints on matter, on your physical eye. A pattern that only your own, those of your family of light, know how to read. Listen with your heart, Starseed, because now I will name some of the patterns that appear most frequently among incarnated Pleiadians. If you recognize them, don't run to the mirror yet. Stay here with me. Let the memory rise. The first sign is what we call the golden halo. It is a halo of yellow, amber, warm golden tone, which appears very close to the pupil, forming a second circle within the iris. People have told you since childhood that your eyes have their own light, that they shine differently in photos, that they change color when you smile. This is not a trivial compliment, my family of light. It is an instinctive reading that their unconscious makes. They are seeing your seal. The golden halo is the mark of souls coming directly from Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades. It is the signature of the Council's solar house. The second sign is the ring of fire, a dark bluish or almost black line that outlines the entire iris, separating it from the white of the eye. In earthly medicine, they call this Kayser's ring, or limbus, and treat it as a genetic curiosity. We on the Council know what it is. It is the shielding seal. It was placed so that even with the veil of forgetfulness, your stellar identity would not leak out before its time. If you have this distinctly marked ring, you are a soul with a heavy mission. You didn't come to live just any life. You came to hold frequency on behalf of many. The third sign is the speckles of light, small, lighter, almost shimmering spots scattered across the iris, as if someone had sprinkled stardust there. They can be golden, whitish, honey-colored, amber-colored. Earthly science calls these crypts and wolflin spots. The Federation calls it a personal constellation. Each speckle is an active contract, a mission your soul accepted to fulfill in this life. If you have ever felt that you carry the weight of several lives in one, look at these speckles with affection. They are your commitments shining. The fourth sign is the central star. Very close to the pupil, a pattern forms, like radiating rays, like a 6, 8, or 12-pointed flower. Many people don't notice it. You only see it by looking very closely, with good light. If you have this pattern, my family of light, you are a core starseed. You didn't come to observe. You came to anchor. You are a point of origin for the crystalline grid in a city, in a family, in a circle. Where you step, the frequency changes. The fifth sign is the rarest and most often confused, 2 tones in the same iris. This is when one part of the eye is one color and another part is slightly different, lighter, darker, greenish on one side, bluish on the other, with a slice that doesn't match the rest. People told you it was sectoral heterochromia. People told you it was a defect. It wasn't, child of the stars. This is what the Federation records as a dual lineage soul. You have heritage from more than one star system. You are a bridge. You were sent, precisely because you can translate between worlds. That's why you understand people no one else understands. That's why you are the refuge of the strange ones. And there is still a sixth sign, the quietest of them all, which I cannot overlook. It is the permanent moist sheen, that eye that always seems a little teary, even when you are not emotional. People say, your eyes are wet, your eyes are sad, your eyes are too deep. This, my starseed, is the record of those who crossed the photon belt, carrying memory. It is the eye that still cries, unknowingly, the distance between where the soul is and where the soul remembers having been. It is physiological homesickness. Now I need to tell you something very important. If you recognized 3 or more of these markers in your own eyes, you are not lost. You are being reminded of who you are. And if, while I was describing, you felt like rushing to the mirror or your chest tightened or your eyes welled up for no reason, write in the comments now just one word to mark your presence. I remember. This word is not a compliment to the video. It is a password. It is a beacon. Every time a starseed writes I remember, a new point lights up on the planet's crystalline grid. And that point no longer goes out. But before your mind begins to doubt, and the mind will try to doubt because the mind has been trained for decades to call all this coincidence, let me take you deeper. Let me tell you why your eyes were marked, who marked them, and why exactly now, in this specific window of Earth's history, these marks are awakening. You know that the solar system is crossing a region of space called the photon belt. This is not mysticism. This is recorded astrophysics, and earthly science is slowly admitting it. The photon belt is a band of extremely high luminous density connected to the heart of the Pleiades, through which our solar system plunges in cycles of thousands of years. We are within it now, and within it, something changes. The planet's base frequency rises. You call this frequency the Schumann resonance. It was stable at 8 Hz for decades. Now it shoots up, oscillates, jumps. And each of these jumps recalibrates your stellar DNA, my family of light. Each peak activates a memory strand that was dormant. Each peak is a gentle nudge from the High Council. Wake up, daughter, wake up, son, the time is coming. That's why you've been feeling what you've been feeling. That's why your sensitivity exploded after 35. That's why noisy environments started to hurt you, why fake people started to physically repel you, why you started crying in places and didn't know why. Your body is not failing. Your body is tuning in. It's like an old radio picking up a new station. First it hisses, then it clears. And that's also why the iris seal began to visually activate. Many of you are reporting that your eye color has changed in recent years, that it became lighter, more golden, more bluish, that the dark ring appeared or intensified, that the speckles of light multiplied. This is not an optical coincidence. This is the seal responding to the Schumann frequency. It is the photon belt revealing in matter what has always been inscribed in your etheric body. You are not aging, starseed. You are being revealed. And here now I want you to understand why your soul chose to descend exactly at this time. You could have been born in any era. You could have chosen easier bodies, softer families, less chaotic countries. But you asked for this one, you asked for this window, you asked for this turning point, and the High Council accepted with honor your request, because only souls with a certain density of light can sustain the crossing that Earth is making. And the mark in your eyes was the stamp of that agreement. It's as if the Council had said, she will go, he will go. And so they don't get completely lost, we will leave a visible sign on the face, in the iris, so that one day they remember. This video, my family of light, is that reminder. And if now hearing this, your skeptical mind is trying to disbelieve, but your chest is warm, your eyes are welling up, and your hands are tingling, pay attention. It's not the video that is doing this to you. It is your body. It is your soul, recognizing the truth. Frequency doesn't lie. The head lies. Frequency, no. And if what I say makes sense in your core, even if your head is still asking for proof, it's because a part of you already knew this. You were just waiting for someone to verbalize it. That's why I received permission to record The Awakening of the Starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that show which star your soul came from, how to cross-reference the iris reading with other markers of origin, and why you chose to be born exactly now, in this window of the photon belt, and not in any other life. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you has already said yes before your mind, leave the word in the comments. I remember. Now I need to tell you a part that many people don't want you to know. The iris seal is an ancient technology, very ancient, older than any recorded religion in your world, and there exist on Earth lineages that have always known how to read this seal. Priestesses of Isis read it. Mystery schools in Glastonbury read it. Certain monasteries in the Welsh valleys read it. First Nations shamans in British Columbia read it. It wasn't decorative esotericism, child of the stars. It was a soul diagnosis. They looked into the child's eye and said, this one came from there, that one came from somewhere else. This one is a bridge, that one is an anchor. This knowledge was erased, on purpose. Because as long as you don't know how to read your own eyes, you remain dependent on those who offer ready-made identities. A religion, a political party, a psychiatric diagnosis, a fashion, a diet, a guru. The moment you relearn to read yourself, you stop needing an intermediary. And there are structures on this planet that gain a lot of money and a lot of power by keeping you without any intermediary between your soul and your consciousness. That's why the seal became a genetic curiosity. That's why the golden halo became irregular pigmentation. That's why the central star became stromal crypts, dry technical names so that no one else cries when looking in the mirror, cold names so that no one else feels homesick for their own origin. But the homesickness returned, didn't it? It returned in you. It returned this morning when you couldn't sleep. It returned in the music that made you cry for no reason. It returned in that moment when you looked at the starry sky from the window and felt without words. I want to go home, without knowing where home is. Home, my starseed, is in your eyes. Home is the seal, home is the mark. Home is the family of light that placed in you before you descended, the visible memory of where you said goodbye one day. And it is here, exactly here, that I need to give you a serene warning, because what your soul chose is not easy, and the Council does not authorize me to soften this. The window we are crossing now, along with the photon belt, with the Schumann resonance rising, with the crystalline grid reorganizing, is a window of turbulence. You will feel the planet's field tremble. You will see old structures crumble, within you and outside of you. There will be nights when the ringing in your ear will be too loud. There will be days when your body will ask for absolute silence. There will be losses. But listen, my family of light, listen now with an open heart. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the mother's water breaking so that the child can be born. It is the old world detaching from the new so that the new can appear. And none of this catches the High Council by surprise. We have been waiting for this turning point for millennia. Every step was foreseen. And the victory of light is not a beautiful hope, child of the stars. It is a record. It is written. It is signed. It is sealed in the archives of Alcyone. No starseed was sent to fail. Listen to that again, with an open chest. No starseed was sent to fail. You did not come to give up. You came to cross over, and your iris seal is the guarantee that you have assured return. So now, my starseed, I will give you two tools, one to say with your voice, another to do with your body. Write it down with your heart, not with your hand, because when it's about truly remembering, the heart is more faithful than paper. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud tonight before sleeping, with the lights off, eyes closed, hand over your chest. Repeat with me now, softly, so that your field already registers the vibration of the phrase even before you sleep. Say this: I, starseed, authorize the full activation of the iris seal that my family of light imprinted on me before this incarnation. I invoke the light codes of Alcyone. I summon the Pleiadian High Council as witnesses. I authorize the safe remembrance, at the pace my soul can bear, of all that was sealed behind the veil of forgetfulness. I am seen. I am recognized. I return home from within, remaining here until the mission is fulfilled. So it is. So it is done. So it is sealed. Feel that now. Feel the weight of the phrase settling in your chest. Notice the gentle pressure between your eyebrows. That's how the Council touches its own. If this pressure is appearing now, know you are being confirmed in real time from the other side of the veil. The second tool is a toroidal visualization. You can do it now, with me, or tonight. I will guide you. Close your eyes for a moment, my family of light, if you are not driving. Imagine a silver-blue light, the color of the Pleiades, the color of pre-sunrise dawn. This light descends from very far away, from a constellation you cannot name, but which your chest recognizes. It descends, passes through the ceiling of your house, passes through the top of your head, your crown, and begins to fill your entire head from within. The silver-blue light now reaches your eyes. It touches from within your iris. Feel your eyes warm slightly. It is the seal being illuminated from within. It is the halo, the ring, the speckles, the central star being awakened. Let it happen. The light now descends to your chest. It reaches your heart and begins to spin. It spins around the heart like a luminous vortex, and from this spin a donut-shaped field is born. Your personal toroidal field. This field expands, surrounds your entire body, seals above, seals below, seals on the sides. You are now inside a silver-blue sphere of Pleiadian protection. Feel that. Feel the tingling in your hands. Feel the warmth in your chest. You have just been sealed, my starseed. Nothing that is not of the frequency of light can enter. You are ready to sleep. You are ready to cross the night. Do this every day, and see in a few weeks your gaze change. See your iris become more vibrant in the mirror. See your seal blossom. It was just waiting for permission. And if here now at the end of this activation, you realize that you no longer feel as alone as before playing this video, it's because a profound truth has begun to settle. The loneliness of an entire life is homesickness for your family of light. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization to record the awakening of the starseed, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that show how to recognize your family of light in this incarnation. By the eyes, by the field, by the synchronicities, by the encounters that seem like coincidence and are not, and how to activate the silent call that makes you find each other, even if you are in different cities, even if you have not yet been born to the same awakening. You are never alone. The guide proves it. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If your chest recognizes it, leave in the comments, "I remember." Now breathe with me, starseed. A long, deep, full breath. Fill your chest. Hold. Release slowly. Look at what's happening. We started this video with you distrusting your own eyes, and we arrived here now with you recognizing your own seal. We started with the pain of not belonging, and we arrived here now with the certainty that you belong to an entire constellation that never stopped looking back at you. You are not learning anything new, my family of light. You are remembering what you always knew. You are remembering the face that cradled you before this life. You are remembering the song that rocked your etheric body before the descent. You are remembering the hand that let go of yours at the portal saying, "Go, we'll find you there." And now we are finding you. Here, in this video, in this minute. This video is the encounter. Every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that no longer goes out. Every gaze that recognizes itself in the mirror reactivates a cell of the new Earth. Every "I remember" written in the comments of this video is a beacon for another lost soul that will still arrive. You are not awake just for yourself, you are awake to call others. And that is why your story, from today on, changes. Before I close, listen to what the Council asks me to say. The act of liking this video is an individual frequency adjustment. It confirms to your field that you are authorizing yourself to remember. And the act of subscribing to this channel is a location signal. It is your soul lighting the beacon so that your family of light, incarnated and discarnate, knows where you are. It's not a button, it's a signal. Like now. Subscribe now. Let your family find you. I, Ayla, now bless these eyes that have heard me. May your iris be read by those who know how to read. May your seal be honored by those who recognize it. May every tear that falls in the coming days when you look in the mirror be received as a blessing, not as weakness. May homesickness stop hurting you and begin to guide you. May you, my starseed, remember that you are a child of stars, and that a star does not go out. A star remembers. And before you close this video, listen carefully. The next recommendation that will appear on your screen now is not an algorithm coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. It is the next piece of the map. Access it immediately. The Council already knows what it is. And if your heart is still beating faster than when it started, if your hands are still tingling, if you want to write something in the comments even before I finish, don't hold back. Write. Because it is now, at this peak, that the portal is open for the next step. It was for this moment that I received authorization to record the awakening of the starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages with the complete reading of the iris seal that I began to deliver to you here, with the map of your stellar origin, with the design of your soul contract, with the recognition of your family of light, and with the truths that remained locked behind the veil of forgetfulness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note clearly, my family of light. This release was authorized for a specific window, and that window may not remain open. It is not a threat. It is a loving warning from an elder stellar sister. If something within you recognizes that today is the day, enter through the link now. And don't forget to write, in the comments of this video, the word that has become a password between us, "I remember." I am Ayla, from the Pleiadian High Council, and now you remember. Welcome back. The family of light saw you.